Zion Williamson and the Pelicans were unable to put away the Jazz last night. New Orleans led by as many as 16 in the game and 8 in the fourth quarter, but could not hang on. And due to a minute's restriction, Zion sat out the final 7 minutes and 19 seconds of the game as the Jazz held on to win 106-104. So, Shannon, why did the Pelicans blow the lead?
Well, they turned the ball over. They were sloppy, Skip. And if you look at, I don't know if I've ever seen, don't recall seeing a game where the two teams combined for more turnovers than assists. That's a very odd stat line to have, Skip. But the Pelicans shot 27% in the fourth quarter, turned the ball over. Jordan Clarkson came in, gave him great production. But Skip, at the end of the day, I'm watching this. What are they doing with Zion? If you're going to put him on a minute restriction, don't you want those minute restrictions at the end of the quarters as opposed at the beginning?
Yep.
Skip, the man played 15 minutes. You mean to tell me you can't play him 6 minutes a quarter and get half of the game? 15 minutes? Are you really trying to skip? I just want to know one thing. Are you trying to get the 8th or the 9th seed? I just need to know, Pelicans, what you're trying to do. Because I don't know if you can get it playing the guy 15 minutes. Skip, I understand that he was away tennis, but this got to stop. The guy, I understand he's the face of your franchise. But this minutes restriction, what is this? The dude had 4 months off. They lost the game, Skip, because they got sloppy with the basketball. And that's what happened. They allowed the Jazz to slowly, methodically creep back into the ball game. The Jazz had a big lead, and they got sloppy with the basketball and allowed the Pelicans to get back in the basketball game. But when you turn the ball over to two teams combined for 40 turnovers, Skip, it was a slot. I think the game, it got interesting because it was close. But Skip, this game was sloppy. There were a lot. 20 turnovers. That's nasty.
To me, the New Orleans Pelicans lost this game because Zion Williamson sat over on the bench for the last 7 minutes and 19 seconds.
What is that, Skip?
He is this team's closer. He's not afraid of the brightest light.
No.
He had made 6 of 8 shots. He made 4 or 5 shots where I said, really? For a man that big to have that kind of touch, that kind of feel up off the glass. But I'm going to say it again, and I'll just echo what you said from the start. He's just too heavy.
Simple.
And they sold us all through this pandemic. He's working out. He's getting in shape. We'd see pictures. We'd see this. They would just glow about how committed he is to his new nutrition and weightlifting and blah, 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 blah. And it's all phony baloney.
Yep.
Because he's been eating too much baloney. And in the end,
if he's been in New Orleans, you don't.
Hey, is he 300?
Easy.
Okay. It's too much weight. I know he's still a very young man, but your knees won't be able to tolerate.
No, not up and down like that.
Not like this. And if you could just slim down 20, if you could lose 20,
yes,
you'd be sleeker, faster. Your endurance would go up greatly. It looks like he can't even make it more than 15 minutes.
Skip, the thing is, he needs to really, in all honesty, no bull jiving.
Yep.
He needs to talk to Charles Barkley. Because that is the one guy that had the athleticism. He was undersized, but he was extremely explosive. And Charles was 300. But Charles got his weight down. He said Moses Malone told him he was fat and lazy. Skip, and I don't think the kid is lazy. He's a big kid. But as much effort as he puts into his game, he's going to have to put into his nutrition and training. Skip, he's too heavy. I don't care what. I've been in too many locker rooms. I know 300 pounds when I see it. And like you said, you go into the game and say, yeah, he's on a minute restriction. You go into the game and say 15 minutes, you might as well don't even play him. If you're going to play a guy 15 minutes, you might as well not play him because the minutes that he played is not going to be meaningful because they had a 4-point lead when he went to the bench. So I just need to know, are you trying to catch Memphis or are you trying to stay in the 9th seed? Because the 8-9 will have playing games. If 8 seed wins, they go on. If the 9 seed win, they go play another game. Skip, what is this?
It felt like a crushing loss for the Pelicans. It felt like it might have ended their season. What do we all want to see? Maybe you don't want to see it, but I want to see Pelicans-Lakers in the first round. It would be so much fun to watch the ex-Laker kids, against LeBron and company.
Right.
And that was the game they needed to win. That was the game they were in command of.
Yes.
They're up 89-81 early fourth because he made another shot up off the glass. And I got to say, I'm a big fan. It is mesmerizing watching this kid do this at this weight. It's impossible what he's doing. And obviously, when you want to talk about bouncing people off.
Well, Skip, you remember he lowered his shoulder early in the first quarter. He looked like a fullback.
He did. And you want to talk about just running through brick walls.
Right.
There's no brick wall that can stop him.
No.
So the point is that he and remember, the play of the night is the play that he makes off a bounce pass on a semi-break behind his back to Lonzo. If we could see that, it's unbelievable for a man who weighs 3 bills at, what do we call him, 6'6", I guess. And what a feel for the game. What a feel, because he played point guard in high school, and this is a budding superstar who's not going to last very long, to your point, unless you get it down a little bit. You got to get manageable.
You got to, Skip.
Yeah, because
Skip, and people are like, well, leave him alone. He's always been, I understand. But he's never had to play 82 games a season. Yeah. He never had to. They're gonna need him to play 35 to 38 minutes a night, Skip. Yeah. He's never had to do that. And if you look at the Duke, the one little time, he got injured. And it seems like as soon as he starts to get in shape, what happens? We have a break in the action. And so now he can't get that consistent training. And the young guys need to learn. You look at LeBron. When they had a break, LeBron didn't stop training. He kicked it into high gear. He understands. And that's what these young players are going to have. Mainly Zion, if I can implore you to do one thing, sit down and talk to Charles Barkley and ask him how he did it. Because Charles was unbelievable. Charles had an unbelievable career. But he would not have had it had he tried to play his entire career at 300 pounds. Okay.
Now, to my guy, Lonzo Ball. In the 5 games before the hiatus, Lonzo Ball started shooting the fire out of the basketball. He averaged 21, 8, and 8 in those last 5 games. He shot 54% from the field, but better still, he shot 51% from the three-point line over 5 games. He was 22 of 43 shots. He looked like an NBA budding superstar at that point, and that happened. And 5 months later, he comes back and looked like last night he'd never even shot a basketball in his life.
He looked like the old Lonzo.
He looked like the old Lonzo. And it was hard to watch. It was hard on my eyes. It was hard on this team's psyche because he had a lot of looks in the fourth quarter, a lot of looks in the second half that are the kind of shots that if you're the star or a star of the team, you just got to make those shots. And by the way, speaking of star of the team, Brandon Ingram looked like a budding superstar for the first 3 quarters.
Skip, you remember LeBron said, you don't realize how special this guy is.
Magic said that also.
But the thing was, Skip, he needs his own team. He was never going to be that with LeBron. He needs the ball,
and that's
unfortunately,
in the fourth quarter last night, he went 1 for 6.
He had a great look.
He had a look. He had a look to win it.
I thought he did it.
I did too, and it sort of went in and out. But the point is, they needed Zion to finish. I think they all feel empowered when he's on the floor with them. They're like, we got something you don't got.
Skip, and okay, they have a 4-point lead. How about the last 2 minutes? But I guess, you can tell he's not coming back in the game because if he's coming back in the game, he's going to get on stationary bike. He's not going to just be sitting there cold like that, Skip. He's going to get on the bike, make sure he stays warm. But, Skip, this 15 minutes in 4 quarters, so he's playing less than 4 minutes a quarter.
And he scores 13 in 15 minutes, that'll work.
Yes.
So if you double that, you get your 26 out of him. But there's one other stat that is also glaring on this sheet. He had a big goose egg in the rebound category. That will not work either. And I don't know why. You would think, is he just too ground-bound at 300-plus pounds?
You can't have a stat line like that. Skip.
0 points?
That's like
rebounds?
That's like a point guard having 0 assists. Just by nature, I mean, you got to have an assist. He's got to have a rebound. He's got to. And I understand he only played 15 minutes, but still, he got to get in and get some boards. But he got to get that weight under control. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm not trying to, body shame him or anything like that. I just think in order for him to maximize his ability, he's going to have to drop some pounds.
Download the all-new Fox Sports app now.